Alright, here we are back again. The Zim's Video Journal, episode 52. I'm the Zim, and this is where I document the life of this artist in the Seattle music and art scene. Just the thoughts that have gone on for me musically through the last week. Do this every week, every Monday. I put out a video journal. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for joining me. This week, I'm talking about WOTS, the version, 23, I think? Sorry, I didn't write down the version, but it was Laura Smith and William Rigby, and they are involved in the DJ culture here in Seattle, the electronic music, EDM culture. They're starting a website that's going to cater to that scene primarily at this point, and it's in the grassroots part of it. It's in the early stages. They're just finding out about it. It was a really great conversation. I loved it because I do love electronic music just as much as I love just, non-electronic music or live. I don't know what other kind of music. And I like to bring those two worlds together in my music, and a lot of people are doing that. And which brings me to one of the points of, first off, I'll just say why it was exciting for me. I really enjoyed it because I want to learn more about what's going on in the scene, in the electronic music scene, get more connected to it, and hopefully, expose that culture, that scene to what I'm doing. And hopefully there are some people that understand what I'm doing is kind of bringing the two sounds together. And it's really, and I want to get more connected with people in that scene so that I can learn more about how to get a more electronic sound out of it. One of the things about DJ culture music is it's highly produced sound versus live music, live bands. The sound is it's what was recorded in a studio, and you're replaying that in a sense live for everybody. So there's this level of intensity that you can get, where sonic intensity, that when you listen to a live band, it's different. So especially if you go back to back, you can notice the difference dramatically if a live band plays back to back with a DJ. And if the DJ's pumped out really loud, you can know, you're like, oh, okay, that's just like everything just on, just going steady and hard and just all these kind of things. And then the live band happens, there's all this there's all this space in the sound, and it's different. So one of the things that I'm trying to do is bring those two ideas together and play a live set that sounds like a DJ set in that intensity. So that's what I'm going for. I mean, there are bands that do it, just how you do it. It's one of the things I want to do. But it brings this idea of, I feel like there's a divide with the two scenes. And people like what they like, and that's cool. However, I feel like there's very much like, it's very, love-hate's not the right word, but very polarized in a way. It's either there's a lot of people that are just DJ, electronic heads, and there's a lot of people that are live heads, and they don't meet in the middle. It's just kind of like there's an extreme there. And just an interesting thing to think about. And I'll just leave it at that. So check out the conversation. I loved it. I had a great time with this conversation. I think it was probably my favorite one so far, honestly. Which, I'm trying to expose I'm trying to look at everything that's going on. But I do know that the things I like most so far right now is, the electronic DJ scene, the groove scene, which we've gotten to know some of the people in that scene. And then just, and some of my there's like another scene with, like, I put Ever So Android, Dirty Dirty, T-Bossa. Some of these guys are in this other scene. I don't know what to call it. This, like, visceral rock scene, I guess you could call it. But they're not all hard. They're not all the same styles of music, but they're all friends. So there's a scene there going on, which is pretty cool. I'm just, the scene that I'm least interested in, really, in a lot of ways, is the whatever KXP supports, and The Stranger. It's like they are supporting stuff, and I'm trying to support other things that aren't getting that. But I'm not exclusive. Really, the big umbrella is I'm looking at the original music scene. So everything that's going on original music wise is what I am digging on. So, and it can be played on KXP, it could be supported by The Stranger as well. Love to get him in here, because which I talked about before, popularity matters it seems like it matters with growing something. If I feel like if I can sprinkle in things that are popular, it'll get more attention to Word on the Street. So I'm definitely going to try to do that. But I want it to be, I hope my listeners for Word on the Street will be interested in learning the stories of everything that's going on around here, not just one particular genre or something. Or it's like, oh, if they're not talking about indie rock, then I never want to listen. I was like, oh, this is a different thing. What is their story all about? So that's what I'm going for. I wrote down a list of things to talk about. One of the things I wanted to mention first off was I finally got internet. I'm internet in my house. I finally have internet, which I've mentioned before. I haven't had for a long time, and I'm actually not paying for it. My sister is hooking me up. She is paying for it for me so I can have more access to all that stuff, and I'm really excited about the possibilities of the networking I'll be able to do. And when I think of something, I won't have to wait till I can get on internet. I can just go and create it and go, oh, I need to talk to that person. I need to contact with that person. I need to do that. So, and just send off an email or whatever and get things rolling. And with the, scheduling people for the podcast and scheduling, shows, doing all the ZIM and Arock stuff, I think will be a lot easier. And also being more on point with my kids' schedule will be way easier having internet at home. So those are 3 things right there that are just gonna I'm so thankful for my sister. So thank you, Sarah. That's my sister's name. So she hooked me up. So amazing, awesome, yes. We played a show in Georgetown on Saturday. Today is Sunday. On Saturday, call it part of the Georgetown Art Walk, and I had a blast. The other bands that played were amazing. Essentially, there was nobody there. There were a couple of our friends showed up, but there wasn't that many people there for us. So that was interesting, but I had a great time, and so I'm excited about. I was super thankful. It was amazing. Like I've probably talked about this before, but the process of we were the last act, and I got there, first. I waited. I watched everybody's act. It's interesting to me, and I don't really put the weight on other acts to be the audience, because I don't want that to be my case. But it was kind of interesting to me how fast some of the other bands packed up and left, and I was just like, maybe stick around for a song or two of the next act that's coming on. So that was interesting to me, and there was just some of the promotional efforts for this show there wasn't a lot of hey, let's get the word out kind of energy, which I just find I don't get really with what I'm trying to do. It's I really want to work with other musicians and bands that are it doesn't matter if it's a free show or anything. It's let's pack it out, let's get people there, let's make something happen. So if you are watching this, you're playing music in the scene, and you got this hustle, and you want to get with another project that's got the hustle too, man, hit it up. Let's do something. I'm down. So let's make it happen. But it was awesome playing. Going through sitting there, my mind was in this it's amazing where my mind goes in terms of thinking about things, the fact there's not really anybody there playing, what's going on, where my head goes with is it worth it kind of stuff, and all this kind of just different things my head goes. And then luckily it always seems, this happens a lot of times, it always brings it back around to just doing it because you want to, and it's fun, and just don't worry about anything and just rock it, just put it all out there. And I feel like I do that, so I'm stoked on that. The next show, so we had a show that got moved. We were going to be playing June 6th down in Oregon somewhere, but they moved the show to August. I've already updated, or it's been updated on the event page. I've updated our website to reflect that as well. So that show's pushed out. It's like a festival. Pretty sure we're still going to be doing it, but they haven't been very communicative about things. They didn't tell me, they didn't email me as a band on the lineup saying, hey, we're moving the show. They just changed the date on the event, and since I post these and post a bunch of things on event pages, that's what I do. One of my ways of of getting more word out there without it being just total spammy. Because I am related to that event, so I'm like, here's something related to me who's on the event, my video journal or the podcast. So that's my logic there of posting on event pages, and then it shows up. It like everybody that's been invited to that event page sees it. I think that's how it works. But but they didn't tell. They mentioned a post that we changed the show date. We'll be contacting the bands that are on the lineup, but I haven't been contacted yet, so it's kind of sketchy there. I'm kind of disappointed about how things have been rolling, because they still have. I'm just laying it down this time. I'm kind of not pulling any punches a little bit, but hey man, that's where my head's at today. But I've been emailing them constantly for the last few months. Please update our listing on the event. It has us as listed, theZim and Arock, that's good, but it has us from Oregon, and it has theZimArock.com as a website, and that's not correct. It's just theZim.com. So I've been like, please update this, and I don't know why they can't do that, because somebody's clearly posting on the event page. Why can't they just fix it? So that's kind of frustrating. I'm very particular about things, and I like it to be accurate. One of my biggest things about local music scene, and when things like this show, you've heard me talk about before, posters for shows, the lineup is accurate, spelled like the band wants to be spelled in the order they're going to show up, headliner on top, opening band on the bottom, and that's, things like that. There's a lot of little things like that I'm very particular about when it comes. I just want to be represented correctly. And if somebody out there, that one person that may be interested, let me learn more about the ZIM and Arock. I can't access it through this event page. It's all incorrect. And it just looks bad. I'm just not a fan of it. So that's and then our next show. Come on out to our next show. It is June 13th down in Olympia. We got Ever So Android and Dirty Dirty. Dirty Dirty is going to open. Ever So Android's in the middle. The ZIM and Arock are closing it out. Super stoked on that. It's an amazing lineup. Come on down. It's worth driving down to Olympia if you're from Seattle, or anywhere in the area. So that's really all I got. One last thing I want to mention. So I'm going to be evolving this now that I have internet. I'm going to figure out how to record these directly to my computer so that I can do a little bit of editing and post them from my computer. This one, I haven't decided yet. Either it may have some editing on it, or it may just be published straight. I haven't decided. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to this video. Go to the iTunes. Subscribe to the iTunes. I think I probably mentioned last time, the podcast is now on Stitcher as well as iTunes and on the web. So we got it Stitcher Radio, iTunes, and a Blogspot account or Blogger. I don't know what the official name of that is anymore. I've always referred to it as Blogger, but in the URL it says Blogspot, so I don't know if they tried to change it or whatever. So that we got 3 places going on, and so I'd love to have you subscribe to it and listen to it, and I'd love to hear your reactions to what it's like for you. If you like it, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know why you don't like it. I'm getting kind of radio silence in a way on it. There's nothing either side. Nobody's saying they like it, and nobody's saying they don't. So I guess that's good. I mean, we don't have a crazy amount of listeners yet, but it's it's just rolling along, just doing the thing. So there'll be all the information posted in this video, at the description of this video. Either I think I am going to put it on the computer because I'm going to post this on YouTube and on Facebook. I think the problem, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out how to get it on Facebook. I'm going to try to go into my computer and upload it from the desktop version of Facebook rather than the mobile version. Maybe that'll help me actually post it, because these get kind of long and I don't know what their restrictions are on Facebook. So you may see this on Facebook, but it's definitely on YouTube. And in the description of the video, we'll have all the links to all the stuff. So check it out. All right. That's it for today. The Zim's Video Journal, episode 52. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're digging on getting to know what's like in the culture of the Seattle music scene, because I'm part of this culture, and I'm telling you what it's like for me. And that's what I'm trying to do with Word on the Street and these video journals and all that stuff. So if you have any questions for me, please feel free to ask them. And if I hope you enjoyed and hope you're having a great week. All right. Talk to you next time. Peace.